I can remember being a real pest when I was younger and literally getting sent every week to what I called the wall for just doing stupid stuff. General misbehaving was a pretty regular occurrence for me, and while I hated it then, looking back, I kind of have a different feeling on it now. So when I got this punishment, I would usually just like face the wall in a chair and sit there for half an hour or what felt like 5 hours or days, but it probably would be more like 10 minutes. And I think this is the same punishment that a lot of kids got when they were younger. And although it's nonviolent, it puts kids in a completely different situation than what they want to be in or what they're used to, and that is silence. As kids, we love being around our friends and family and letting off the social steam and always being chatty for the most part. So when that gets taken away from us, most kids usually hate it. And I'm no exception to this. I hated this as a kid. I remember being against the wall and thinking, would this ever end? But looking back, I think it's such an interesting form of punishment because even as adults and we're all grown up, we can't be alone with ourselves. This has helped me form a different kind of way of thinking, and I think everyone could take something away from it as well. We have been trained by the internet to seek the next dopamine hit, look for the next big thing or the fad, but is this really how we should be living? Like, that's a question I ask myself every day. I think we overlook the value of silence, and more specifically, stillness, just doing less in the moment. The world is a really weird place right now. I think we can all agree on that. Like, hands down, it's a very strange place. And we have been forced into quarantine just for the safety of others. And for a lot of people, this means more silence. I know it sucks. In the beginning, in March, April, May, I really hated it too. So I get it. I know it sucks. It's not fun. But I think if we can learn to appreciate it just a little more, I think a lot of people could just take something away from this really weird time in our lives. Okay, I'm going to try and explain something here. I try to think of my life as a general map. If I'm on the road, I like to have an idea of where I'm going. And I would prefer just to see the road that I'm on and I need to be on. Sometimes on our maps and our phones, we have all these side roads and alleys that we can get distracted. And I think that happens in real life too. Now in life, I think silence is a really good tool to help us kind of find that road, that path that we want to be on. But sometimes we get distracted. And life is really good at that. Life is really good at throwing distractions right in your face. For example, if we use our phone or we are constantly checking our phone every few minutes, looking at social media, looking at whatever it might be, that's distraction. And I'm guilty of this just as anyone else is. But I think it's just that effort of checking it less is what's going to make the difference. Another thing is that a lot of people are always trying to be around others because they're scared or nervous of being alone. And I get where they're coming from as well. I have the same feelings. We're all human. We all want to be social and with others. But I think putting time for yourself just to do less, just to do almost nothing, will allow you to think clearly and digest your thoughts from the day and the week that you're having, which I think we should all be doing more of. I might be getting a little out there now, I know that, but what I'm trying to say is sometimes we need to take a step back in order to take a step forward. This might mean spending a little bit more time with just yourself, doing nothing. Like sometimes you might think if you're alone but on your phone or reading a book, that might just be time with yourself, and that is true, but what I'm saying is doing nothing, even if it's just for a few minutes. Like for me, I'm taking maybe 5 minutes to just like sit down and just not be distracted if I can, which is hard. It's really tricky. I like to use my phone. I'm probably addicted, but it's just that constant effort of trying. This might take many forms for anyone. Like it could be different for everyone, and it probably will be. For me, I always think back to meditating and how that helps me, and I can't do it every day. Like sometimes I just don't get around to it, sometimes I don't feel like it, which might be me being lazy, but that's just me being human as well. But for example, if you're just driving home from work and you turn the radio off for a couple minutes, that might be a great time for you just to sort your thoughts out. And I think the main thing here, and the common factor between all of these, is silence. So I hope this helps some people. I know that there's a lot going on right now because of that. I won't even say it. It's weird because we're all staying home all the time and there's like less going on. So we might not feel as busy, but we're human, so we're good at overanalyzing and just constantly overthinking. So silence, I think, is just a good tool that we should try and use. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Please let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any ideas or thoughts or questions, I just appreciate all comments. Throw them down in the comment section. And also, please give this video a like. It helps a lot more than you think. But until next time, cheers.